God-level duplication system. Chapter 77. Battle Arena. Time passes slowly. Without realizing it, another 3 days passed. Cultivation room. A powerful force slowly spread out, shaking the entire house. Lin Xuan also opened his eyes and looked at the void in front of him. Qi transformation stage level 4. Lin Xuan let out a long breath. When he felt the true qi in his body, which was several times stronger than before, a smile appeared on his face. The speed of his cultivation had also exceeded his expectations. One should know that the higher one's cultivation reaches, the greater the gap between each level. Comparatively speaking, the difficulty of his breakthrough would also become greater and greater. In just 3 days, he had broken through to Qi Transformation Stage Level 4 from Qi Transformation Stage Level 1. This difficulty was much greater than breaking through from the Qi Gathering Stage Level 4 to the Qi Transformation Stage Level 1. It was more than 10 times more difficult. During this period of time, he didn't duplicate any treasures to increase his talent. However, he had such speed. Lin Xuan couldn't help but feel surprised. Is this the benefit of using the spirit stone to cultivate? Lin Xuan murmured. Although his talent had not changed, his cultivation speed had increased tremendously. The only reason was because of the spirit stone. His cultivation resources had been exchanged from medicinal pills to spirit stone. By using the spirit stone to cultivate, he could directly absorb the spirit energy within and refine it into a true qi. Using medicinal pills and spirit medicines, after swallowing, he had to first refine the medicinal strength within, turning it into pure spiritual energy, and then refine it into a true qi. Thinking about it this way, it was indeed better to use the spirit stone. It was just that the consumption of cultivating like this was too great. Although he had cultivated from Qi Transformation Stage Level 1 to Qi Transformation Stage Level 4 in just 3 days, which was equivalent to a Qi Transformation Stage Middle Stage, his speed was extremely fast. However, the 800 plus substandard spirit stones that he had robbed had all been used up in one go. 800 substandard spirit stones were exchanged for contribution points, that was 8,000 contribution points. Even for the elites of the inner sect, 8,000 contribution points was not a small amount. Such a cultivation method consumes too much energy. I don't care anymore. It's best if I can increase my strength as fast as possible. Lin Xuan pondered for a moment before throwing these thoughts to the back of his mind. In any case, these were all robbed by him. He did not feel any heartache. It was also not bad to be able to exchange for such a cultivation base. It looks like I'll have to use the spirit stone to cultivate in order to quickly increase my strength in the future. Lin Xuan muttered. As for the consumption of energy, he didn't care. If the spirit stone wasn't enough, he could earn more. I have to find a way to earn a profession that can earn a large amount of spirit stone. Lin Xuan's eyes flashed. He stood up. After that, he retracted his qi and qi attribute panels. Now that the spirit stone had been used up, he could no longer maintain his cultivation speed. Hence, there was no need for him to continue. With my current strength, I shouldn't be afraid of an early condensation spin stage, and neither am I afraid of Chen Xiao. Therefore, I can go to the inner sect to take a look. Lin Xuan muttered to himself. He didn't know why Chen Xiao didn't come to find trouble with him during these 3 days. But this was better. His current cultivation base had advanced to level 3 and the quantity and quality of the true qi had skyrocketed. Even an ordinary qi transformation stage peak might not be able to compare with him. All kinds of powerful martial techniques and even the concept could unleash even greater power. He no longer had to fear any powerful warriors. After tidying up, Lin Xuan left the courtyard and headed straight for the martial arts pavilion. He had considered it. Now that he was a disciple of the inner sect, he could enter the 2nd floor of the martial arts pavilion. As a new disciple, he had the chance to choose 2 rank 3 martial arts from the 2nd floor of the martial arts pavilion. He could use these martial arts to conceal the martial arts in his body. More importantly, he could see if there were any powerful sects on the 2nd floor. Maybe he could copy them. However, on the way to the martial arts pavilion, Lin Xuan stopped again. He stopped outside a square. At this moment, a large number of inner sect disciples were gathered in this square, which was far wider than the martial arts practice field of the outer sect. In the center of the square, there were 6 large arenas evenly distributed. There were also disciples from the inner sect competing on the rings. The deacon of the inner sect, who was at the middle and late condensation spin stage, was hosting the competition. Below every arena, there were deacons and disciples of the inner sect sitting behind the tables. It seemed like they were trying to make a record. Such a scene seemed to indicate where this place was. Lin Xuan's eye swept across the entire arena, and a light flashed. Even though Zhou Yu hadn't mentioned this matter when they entered the inner sect, Lin Xuan had already guessed what was going on. Besides, he had also found an acquaintance here. After that, Lin Xuan decided not to go to the martial arts pavilion for now. He planned to take a look here first. After that, he walked forward. With his strength, he naturally arrived at Arena 3 in front of him with ease. His surroundings were filled with noise and discussion. Lin Xuan quietly listened to their discussion. He looked at the 2 people who were fighting in the arena, and his eyes slightly moved. This new disciple is very powerful. After he finished speaking, his strength had only reached Qi transformation stage level 2, and he could already fight Sun Chenghua, who is at the 6th level of the Qi transformation stage, a few rounds back and forth. That's right. I heard that he is the #1 expert in the outer sect. He had even revealed his concept at the outer sect competition a few days ago. Although that was only the embryonic form of sword intent, he was already very strong. Unfortunately, he had met the powerful Lin Xuan and lost. He had entered the inner sect with the result of 2nd place. He has been in the gambling arena for 3 days. Every day, he fought 5 or 6 battles. Only after exhausting all his true chi did he leave. It seems like he wants to relieve his gloomy mood. However, he's only a new disciple in the end. He was able to fight someone who had reached Qi transformation stage level 4, and he even dared to challenge someone who had reached the 6th level of the Qi transformation stage. He really doesn't know his own limits. I think he's going to lose soon. Similar discussions continued in the surroundings. After Lin Xuan heard it for a while, he roughly understood what was going on. Gambling arena, Chen Yuzi. This is perfect. Lin Xuan chuckled. The so-called acquaintance of Lin Xuan was Chen Yuzi. At this moment, Chen Yuzi was fighting a disciple of the inner sect who had reached the 6th level of the Qi transformation stage in Arena 3 in front of Lin Xuan. Chen Yuzi had already broken through to Qi transformation stage level 2. Obviously, he had broken through to the Qi transformation stage a while ago during the competition of the outer sect. On the arena, Chen Yuzi had used the sword's embryonic form to make his opponent dodge and not dare to defend against him. The power of the embryonic form of sword intent was extremely strong. It could increase the power of the sword technique by several times. But it was a pity that this would consume a lot of true Qi. Chen Yuzi's strength was only at Qi transformation stage level 2. His true Qi was not strong enough to use the embryonic form of sword intent a few times. Before he could swing his sword a few times, he was already gasping for breath. His face was flushed red. He had used up too much of his true Qi. After a few more moves, Chen Yuzi was no longer able to activate the embryonic form of sword intent. His opponent seized the opportunity and sent him flying off the arena with a single move. He was defeated. Lin Xuan shook his head when he saw this. After that, Lin Xuan no longer paid any attention to Chen Yuzi. He turned his gaze to the arena. This was a good place. Not only could he earn energy points, but he could also obtain a spirit stone. Now, his strength had increased greatly. If he didn't earn some, then he would be letting himself down. He would also feel sorry for this rare and good place.